welcome to the EMP Tech Group. Back out in the shop, with George.
Yep.
Back out in the shop with cool product. We've done a couple of cool product videos lately, not projects. We're going to turn this into projects, but for now we're focused on the product. So we've been eyeballing robotics for a long time, and not arm robotics to load a pallet or to do something in a manufacturing process, but we've been struggling with what to call these. Logistic robots, because they're good for manufacturing too, but really what we're calling them is parts delivery robots. I think that's our most common use case, and that could be in a warehouse, that could be in a manufacturing site, that could be in a laboratory somewhere. It could be all kinds of things where you have someone doing repetitive motion of delivering things that you could automate and automate super quickly.
Yes.
So George, you went down to Dallas. This is from Bear Robotics.
Correct.
Bear is now owned by LG. So they're shifting their focus from food delivery in South Korea, which is what they really started doing, to, and it's an easy change. You know, you just kind of change
It's essentially the same base,
Yeah.
just a different
mast and stack and top. And by the way, they're working on versions of these that are lower and squatter and will pick up a much heavier load and things like that. Yeah. But in the meantime, we've got this, and we think we can make a lot of hay and help a lot of customers with the form factor that's here. And what we want to convey today is how super fast and easy this thing is to set up, because you've already got it trained with what, 22 or 23 points?
Probably close to that, yeah.
Yeah,
Over
in our shop here. I'm trying to think if we want to cover anything else basic. So it's got a little display on here. It's got 3 shelves. This is all configurable. We could 3D print some things.
Correct.
It'll run 8 hours. This is its new home in its shop, because this is where you put the charger.
Yep.
That it will, when you say, hey, go home and charge yourself, it comes right over here and charges itself.
It does.
In its simplest form, you walk it around and you teach it locations, and it learns them, and it's got its own LiDAR, it's got its own sensors, and it learns where it is. Maybe you put a few QR codes around for reference, but then in a short amount of time, you're up and running.
Yes.
Tell us what you did to make that happen.
So essentially setup's as easy as just turning it on, giving it a name, and then starting a mapping feature, and you literally just grab it from behind. As you can see, it doesn't lock in when it's not doing anything. And you just walk around, and as you walk it around, you can see the map populate and grow in real time.
Okay.
So you just walk until you've got everything mapped. You don't necessarily have to map the entire building, just the area that the robot's going to operate in.
Okay.
And then once you're done, you upload the map into the cloud and use their cloud software, their what they call Universe, to annotate the map, maybe correct some missing parts of the map, or hey, if it's seen through a glass wall, you can make that a solid wall on the map so it doesn't ever go anywhere past that.
Okay.
You can assign locations, different zones.
When I saw the map for the first time, it almost looks like a wireless site survey map.
It does.
You know, it's just kind of got streaks, and so you're kind of seeing the world through fly's eyes. You're seeing the world through what it sees, right?
Yeah, you're seeing the world through the LiDAR at about 1.5 feet off the ground. So it is definitely not a top-down view. It's a different view, but you'll get used to it as you map it.
Okay, so let's think this through. I've got a customer site, and he's got 5 spots that he wants this thing to run a route, right?
Yeah.
Go here, get some parts, and you go take it to line 1, and he takes it to line 1. And then line 1 says, go back, and it goes back, and you load it up with more parts. You say, well, line 4 needs parts now, and you hit line 4, and it goes there. Yep. So within an hour or two?
An hour easy, because you can also set points through the robot while you're mapping. So once you get it all mapped out, you can take it back to where you want one of the destinations to be, physically put the robot in that space and go add a destination.
Okay.
So you can do that on the robot as well. So you can actually get really precise with it.
Yeah.
And you can also have it, besides just running individual, you can set a patrol route. So you can say, hey, I want you to go to 1, 2, 3, 4 home, and it will just continually loop that.
Okay. So when it gets to 1, it goes, oh, I got some parts for 3. Does it, and you don't have to do anything. It'll just take off.
You can set a timer.
Right.
After so many seconds or minutes, it'll just go to the next one.
Okay. Here's where all the history, all the years of doing restaurant service have paid off, because the answer is you train it, you put the buttons, and then it knows, it's watching and roaming around. It's talking, it's beeping, it's making cool noises. If you stand in front of it it will, say what, excuse me?
Excuse me right
yeah,
now.
right. And if you don't move, does it just?
It will try and find a way around you.
Yeah.
And if
yeah,
it can't, it will. It won't. It will just sit there and kind of notify you that it needs you to get out of the way.
Yeah, they're very nice.
So,
So, like here, you've got a train to go into the office, and if the door's closed, it just kind of stops there.
it will just stop and wait for somebody to open it.
Right, and so you open the door and it continues. And I've played with it when you weren't here. I was playing around with it, and when it comes to like a tight doorway or something, the screen changes and it slows down, and it says that it's navigating its way through a narrow area.
Passage,
right? Yeah. So again, the beauty of it is just kind of walk it around, show its environment, and then start using it.
Correct. And like some other more less automated robots, you don't have to set a route. It maps its own route in the space that it knows.
So glad you said that. By the way, I don't have to stand up a server. I don't have to
Correct.
put up a special wireless network. I don't have to put anything on the floor. I don't have to do any of that. I just train it its environment
Correct.
and then let it start going.
And technically, you need the internet to get it going, to get it mapped, to upload the map, annotate it, and download the map. But once that's done, as long as it's just one robot, you can turn Wi-Fi off. It'll work with the map it's given.
There's some
forever.
customers who that's going to be important to. They're going to go, whoa, whoa, I don't want this thing, talking back
Right.
to anywhere. So just get it set up, turn off the network, and it can go.
Yeah.
Okay, but maybe you do want a network connection because maybe you want to tie this in to somebody's back end
Yep.
system, right? So when line one needs parts, they go to their, WMS, ERP, MES software, whatever, their business software, and go request parts.
Yep.
And then we can help with that. The customer can do that, whatever. Where the robot cloud software goes, oh, line one needs parts.
Through a web API call, you can do both. The robot can say, hey, I've arrived here and dropped these off, and it can also say, hey, I need you to go here with these parts.
Nice. But outside world can talk to it.
Correct.
So you don't have to go into the Bear's cloud software universe. You can just go to your software.
Technically, the web API probably runs through Universe, but it's...
I know, but you don't have to go in to do
Correct.
to do this. If you want it, the simplest way is I just program my
Do it on the
stops,
screen and
right,
go,
and
yeah.
let the people go. Hey, I'm not going to take that half-mile walk down to line one. I'm going to send the robot.
Well, and a good use case is it was a repair facility. So instead of the mechanics having to go from the vehicle they're working on down to the parts counter and back,
Yeah.
they can request it on a tablet, the parts guy loads it up, and the robot brings it to them. So they're still working, so they're making more money. The shop makes more money because they're still working. So it's a win for everybody.
It reminds me of mobile power carts. And so, okay, I'm going to use mobile power carts because I got people walking back and forth to get labels or to do, I'm bringing things to a station, processing them and thinking, why not just process them in the aisle with the mobile power cart? And the big unknown feature of that is this poor worker who used to walk 9 miles every day suddenly is walking a mile every day.
Yeah.
So they're less fatigued. They're less likely to leave. It's just a happier work environment. Yeah. So I love the answer. This isn't there to replace somebody. This is there to make people's jobs easier. Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then stay tuned because we're going to get weird with this thing. We're talking and thinking about, well, why can't this thing take inventory? So if you have RFID on all your products, why can't we rig this with an RFID?
You could, and just set it to patrol a route.
Yes, and so
the
you
data.
set the route up so that it goes in between all the aisles, and when it comes back, it's taken an inventory. So lots of fun, cool things. And our minds are just starting to spin on this, so there's a lot we can do with this. By the way, we want to know our customers' input. Look at this platform, another tool in our tool belt. I keep talking about that in these videos, and go, oh, wow, what if it did this? We can make it do whatever.
Yeah,
so
shelves are removable.
This could come with no shelves, just with a base that's got like a box
and a stack. Yeah.
and you could put tall things in it. We could do all kinds of stuff with it. So.
And currently there is a 5-volt power source USB-wise up here for a scanner or something that can be 5-volt powered.
Okay, nice, cool. All right. Fun, cool stuff, new stuff. George, thanks for going to Dallas to figure this all out. Thanks for already getting. We had a naming contest for this, by the way, and we had a lot of fun names. Mr. Roboto, I'm trying to think of the other ones. I said no HAL 9000 because in the movie HAL 9000 says, I'm sorry, Dave, I can't do that. And you guys would train it to do that, I know, so we're not going to do that. But lots of Star Wars
Yep.
BB-8, lots of fun references. So you guys have been having a lot of fun with it. Within a few days of this thing coming here, you had it trained up and we're already running.
I had it within an hour and a half. Of it. we had it uncrated, powered up, and going.
Yeah, cool, fun. Well, if this is of interest, this is available for demo.
Yep.
We'll take this to a customer site and we'll have it set up and just run in a demo. Try it for a week. And if it works, then let's get you going.
Definitely.
Okay. Like and subscribe. I'm trying to remember to say that every time. I'm trainable. I'm teachable. EMPTechGroup.com. Always the best place to reach us. Thanks for your time.